Grand final time! And guess what? It's a rematch! We got Team RageQuit against Chili Mountain, and Towers of Doom is our first map. Meta Madness Qualifier number 3, and boy, this is gonna be good. I can guarantee you that Chili Mountain wants to redeem themselves for the loss they suffered in the Grand Final of the second qualifier. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Now again, Meta Madness has of course 2 rules. 10 heroes are pre-banned for the qualifiers. They can't be played at all. And every single hero that gets played on a map cannot be played again within the same series. AKA every single hero you see in game number 1 cannot be played again in game number 2 or game number 3. So as we progress through the series, there is a lot of heroes that are eliminated from the match. And that's why it gets real spicy real quickly, which is pretty epic. So guys, we're in for a bit of a treat here. This is obviously a warm-up. The main event, Meta Madness, the big one, is happening soon TM, next week actually. And then it gets real spicy since more heroes will be eliminated. And of course, some of the big teams are going to make an approach there. They're already qualified. The top 4 have qualified already. That's Team Wa, Team Donuts, the Hardos, and also Go Next. Now we're trying to determine the last 4. And oh, the Tracer opening on the side of Rutsu. Oh, bang. And then Varian and Blaze come in. Damn. Yeah, Varian taunts Tracer and then Blaze comes in with a follow-up stun. Oh, that's going to be problematic. So what they really need is a support that can help out with that. They go for Malfurion. Smexy this time not going for the early Karazim. We have Azerite with Imperius. This is going to be spicy. For both of the teams, it's great that they're in the Grand Final again. They managed to do that now twice. So as they are trying to accumulate points to end up in the top 4 of the leaderboard, to then, again, advance and qualify to Meta Madness, the main event, they will get a lot of points no matter what happens here. But it's still epic to see them in this match just after we had them already in a grand final going up against each other. And Team RageQuit pulling off a victory that a lot of people, myself included, did not expect them to be capable of. So, Inubarak is banned. Sergeant Hammer gets banned out. Fair enough. I would be more worried about the burst damage at this point. If you're going Variant, there needs to be burst damage behind that. So, there's that. Okay. They're hesitating slightly here. I mean, I don't know if they are just like waiting it out. No, they're Sylvanas, and here comes Anduin. Anduin and Varian! Father and son united. Okay, so Varian is going to try to show Anduin how it's done. And my try Sylvanas is quite good. We saw them just in the previous semifinals in the match of Towers of Doom, where they played also with Sylvanas. Sylvanas and Anduin also on the same side now. What could go wrong? Oh, Stitches! Okay. And is Make playing main tank? Are they swapping, or is Make actually playing main tank? The Vikings! Yes! Okay. Game number 1, no matter what gets picked now, is a highlight. Malfurion Stitches is already awesome, with a follow-up stun from Imperius and Tracer damage. And then the Vikings controlling the map. This is gonna be epic. Absolutely epic. Limu, the last pick. They need a bit more damage. What's it gonna be? What are we gonna get from him? Genji! Okay. Light Bomb, Anduin Light Bomb, and Genji. They can make the move. It's gonna be good. Towers of Doom, everybody. The first map in the Grand Final. Let's see if Chili Mountain can lock it in today, or if Team RageQuit will take it once more and yeah, claim a victory on Towers of Doom and maybe the entire series. Let's head straight into the first map of the series. Chili Mountain on the left with Ruby on the Lost Vikings. We got Smexy on Malfurion, Azerite on Imperius. Bang is playing Tracer and Make on Stitches. On the right side of the map, Team RageQuit with Shiza Kid on Varian. We got Archimagos on Anduin. Down for Life on Blaze, Limu on Genji, and Maitrai on Sylvanas. Good shit. Good combos. First of all, the Stitches combo with Malfurion is of course always awesome. The hook into the Malfurion route. Afterwards, a potential stun from Imperius and Tracer with all of the damage as she is just needling away at them. Tracer, the mosquito of the Nexus, just always coming in and just buzzing around you. Bzz, 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 bzz. I mean, Tracer is literally like a mosquito. It's exactly the same thing. If you have a fly swatter, you're trying to aim either for BrightWing or for Tracer. That's just how it goes. Whenever Tracer is there, then you just hear that buzzing sound and all of a sudden something starts itching. That's pretty much what's happening. She's gonna try and get the damage connected. Needs to stay far away from Varian, obviously, once that level 4 connects. Or this could be an easy kill. But I'm already hyped because there's so many cool things here. A good hook with a fruit follow-up would be devastating to Team RageQuit. But then again, a good taunt could also go a long way here. The blue team, they need a win. They want to redeem themselves for that loss. And Anduin, yeah, he gets helped out, or he helps out Daddy. Yeah, that guy always had a little bit of daddy issues, but right now he can simply come in with a pull and save everyone. Now, with Whoopi on the Vikings, we're gonna see a lot of Viking chasing from Genji. He's gonna make a lot of moves like this one, and he takes Olaf down very, very early on. But yeah, it will be a pretty interesting game to say the least. Vikings on any map are always a blast to cast and to observe, no matter what's going on, no matter who's winning it. Of course, it allows the team that runs the Vikings to use a 4-man, and that's what we're seeing down at the bottom of the map from the blue team. So Vikings in general, the whole idea, I mean, there's multiple ways to play with the Vikings, but the general approach of the top teams is always that you're splitting the Vikings on 2 lanes, and the rest of your team is running a 4-man on the final lane. And ideally, you want to have something that can siege up on structures. Greymane in that setup is nice. If you have Sylvanas, it can be powerful. Such an Hammer. There's a lot that he can do with that. You're just trying to force the opponent to react to the Vikings on lane as they soak experience, and then use the numbers advantage to push their 4-man through lanes and take forts down. And once you do that, you switch it up. So this is really, really powerful, and now Team RageQuit has to try and just reply to that properly. They have Genji rotating into the middle every now and then to deal with this. Blaze at the top is trying to deal with Balog and with Eric. And up to this point, at least, they've done fairly well. So Whoopi is under slight pressure here. But that 4-man at the bottom, on the other hand, is of course still murdering it. There's structural damage being done everywhere now. There's the attempt. Hook into roots. But the level 4 is in. Shizakid could go for the taunt. Is jumping in and is dropping it. Yeah. Stitches is low. That's a kill. Maka is dead. Maka is down. They try for a counter kill. Can't get that either. My try is still alive. And that is first blood in the game. Team RageQuit has gotten first blood and are ahead even. Whoopi over here, missing out on the channel for a second, is losing Eric too, so that channel is definitely going to end up in the hands of Team RageQuit. And, ooh, Tracer, hello? Rutsu nearly dying to this one. Now, my try is most likely going to fall to Azerite. No way! The save from Anduin! You kidding me? Great play. Now, Tracer is low. The top left now got channeled, and that's 4 shots fired by Chili Mountain. But yeah, they are going at it now, aren't they? Single altar up at the bottom of the map. Level 4 talents in for both, but the level 7 just kicked in for Team RageQuit, giving them a lead once again. So here comes the victory rush. Yeah, the hook, and Azerite, he gets it, yes. The blue team, they are able to get 2 out of the 3. They're still 2 kills behind. But of course, at least on the objective, things are going well for them. Now, down at the bottom, they're still looking for a kill against Sylvanas, and that didn't work out. But Varian might be in trouble. Runs into the root. Nicely done by Smexy, cutting off his path of retreat. And that's a kill. First kill for Chili Mountain as they drop Varian. And they try to snowball that. Well, not really snowball, but to carry that momentum through off the kill over to the next camp here. So, yeah, with that, we now have them claiming 1 camp in an attempt to get those pumpkins connected with the bottom bell tower. And if they can take that over, that would of course be even better. If you're already ahead because of your composition or because of the way that you're trying to control the map with Vikings and then the push, if you get more map control by taking some of the bell towers, that process is just going to be accelerated. And they already caught fully up in experience. Remember, they were a little bit behind. But this is looking fairly well for the blue team now. So they've taken a bit more control of all of this. But generally, it's still more or less even. So Whoopi sitting in the top lane still, they can't really move out and do anything against the opponent taking those camps over and over. But they're already chasing the Vikings across the map with now Olaf being taken down. It's a single altar at the bot lane that we're talking about. And experience is of course going to be highly important here, since level 10 is the next talent to be dropped. And yeah, Team RageQuit is pulling slightly ahead again. So the camp control at the top is helping them with that. And he might be able to even take that bell tower. That's a lot of damage topside now. And he could try and take this. So yeah, he's trying to claim it here. So the longer the fight at the bottom lasts, the better the chances of the red team to take the top tower. But the kill against Sylvanas at the bottom of the map gives the edge over to Chili Mountain. Level 10 abilities for both. The top bell tower has indeed been claimed by the red team, but of course the loss of Sylvanas down here, that is a huge issue. There's the taunt against Imperius, and the 3 shots get fired. Imperius is still alive, and Varian gets eaten, but the kill against the side laner is still there. Smexy gets attacked, and he's also dead. Still an attempt to get a kill. Tracer gets taunted, stayed too long, and is also down. And that is a triple kill, everybody. Yep, 3 kills incoming. Gonna take another quick look at that. That was nicely done here. So first we see Imperius die, Malfurion also dropped. They're even making plays for Mackinaw again. But yeah, 3 kills with Tracer. Just misjudging the cooldown on Taunt, I suppose. But now, thanks to Sylvanas, they can, of course, escalate this bottom situation even further and take the entire wall down. And they still hold on to the bell towers. Now, the problem that might occur eventually here is that this one is already incredibly low. And in addition to that, up at the top, as you can see, this one is pretty low too. Whoopi is losing the Vikings again. A fair amount of them, at least. And with that, we now have the plays being made at the bottom of the map for the next slot, as you can see. So yeah, they go for another pumpkin camp, try to control this. A little bit of a fight up here as Varian is getting attacked once again. Alright, Anduin, careful. Needs to be... Yeah, gets the light bomb out, gets a stun at least. They could get Imperius here. Anduin is still alive. Azerite is about to fall. They keep him alive and they kill Anduin. Oh my god, how clutch was that? And Azerite is still there. Sylvanas is dead. What a battle. And what a tight victory by Chili Mountain in that engage. Holy hell. That could have been such a problem for them. But they were able to somehow pull through in the fight and get the kills in against Anduin and Sylvanas. Both of them dropped. 3 shots fired. Didn't wait for the Vikings to potentially retake the top, because this bell tower, as you can see, is incredibly low. But they're getting both of them, so now it's 23 points to 36. Yeah, we're in for a series. We're in for a pretty tight match, I would say. We're now 8.5 minutes in. We have 4 kills to 5. Both of the teams on level 13. Blue team has pulled a little bit ahead here. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's, honestly, some of the fights were just nuts. Especially keeping them alive throughout all of this. Bot lane now gets pressured as they're trying to take the bell tower. Well, not trying, they're succeeding. That's a given. Top, of course, had been taken earlier. Genji is still hunting Vikings down, but the situation has now changed. It has flipped. Chili Mountain is now the one with bell tower control. And Pumpkin's pushing through the bot side too. So since they have the numbers advantage here, they can escort them in, I suppose. There's very little that can be done. Maybe Sylvanas can slow them, but that's about it. Shots fired. 1, 2 are in. Third one, I guess, gets taken. But here comes the next play after Hook and Gorge. And they cannot get the kill. But they are way ahead now. And the top side, there's another bell tower that gets claimed. The Vikings hunted time and time again. Sylvanas down at the bottom. These hooks that are coming from Make. And then in addition to that, of course, the follow-up potential from Malfurion and Imperius is always a huge threat. No matter what. There's another one. There's the bunker. Barely dodging out in that situation on the stun. And they're still trying to go for Blaze. But he's able to get out. It's still level 15 versus 14 and a big lead on... a significant lead on the altar points. Another hook, another connect with the root. And Shizakid, he survives. There comes the light bomb as they're trying to turn it on Imperius. But still a job well done. The Vikings attempting to re-push, and Whoopi is using one of them to channel the altar. Genji wants to interrupt, can't get there, and the 4 shots are fired. Bam, here we go. Same time, the fight continues, and Malfurion gets taunted and dies. They try for Tracer, and Tracer gets out. Tracer gets out. 7 kills, 2-5, 17 points to 36. It's a spicy game. The kill count advantageous. They're moving away from this. Instead, we have at the bot lane now the bell tower retaken. But yeah, the kill count is still advantageous for Team RageQuit. And in addition to that, they also have retaken the experience lead. But Blaze is now dead as the team, or the rest of the team has taken everything down here at the bottom of the map. The level 16 have started to kick in. That gives us the Will of the Forsaken, the double pull. Big power spikes, obviously, for Team RageQuit. And in addition to that, the large and in charge. That one is huge too, by the way. That one is really, really huge. So with that, you have now a perfect stun for those team fights. Well, as long as Olaf is alive, and it doesn't seem to be the case here. And Dwayne again with a light bomb, but these hooks! Yeah, that was a perfect one. Getting the healer in a situation like that is, of course, hitting the jackpot. But Genji... Limu, calm the fuck down! What the hell? He gets hit on the way out and they get the kill, but Tracer didn't stand a chance here. They just murdered her. On the left, Sylvanas is trying to Hearthstone out. Varian is dead. Sylv survived. 9 kills to 9. The lead in experience now with the triple altar phase for the team in blue. And yes, the 3 altars, they are spawning as we still have dead heroes. So this might be the position where they are dropping down into the single digits. But holy hell. That pop-off of Genji at the start. He got killed on the way back out, but still. That's 8 points at least, maybe more. And that's going to drop them down into the single digits. Yep, here we go. Both channeled, single digits. The hook, by the way, connecting. The Gorge is there. They're trying to go for Sylvanas again. Bunker and Anduin with the save. But the altar is still up. So they're letting this one slide, but we are looking at 9 points against 36. How many, you ask? 9. Yeah, just in case that there was any confusion about this. 32, now that this one has been channeled. But here come the pumpkins again. Trying to retake bot lane, trying to push those in again, and set up these 2-pronged attacks whenever the objective is back up. Yeah, it's a party here. It's really a party. As I said, Chili Mountain, they want to redeem themselves for the loss in the last Grand Final. So now they're coming in again. Trying to make the play here. Mind control is up. The hook and Genji is dead. Azariah survived again. What a hit once more. The perfect hook into the back line. The follow-up is there. They save Imperius as he got attacked initially. And then they're moving into the battle with a kill on Sylvanas. And they're just chasing them. They're hunting them down. They're already on the retreat. Great jet propulsion to make an escape possible. But even that might fail because Gorge has been used against Varian. The shots are being fired. Anduin is down, gets slaughtered in front of his father, which makes Daddy, of course, really upset. And he decides to join him in death here. United family is a happy family. Bell tower goes down, and this is looking like a 5-man team wipe. Full-on wipe, and it all started with this little move. The hook and the kill. And of course, before that happened, we had the attack against Imperius, and he never died. He survived through all of this. Now we have a double altar up, and this is potentially the end of the game. With the boss up, altar spawning, and now also pumpkins at the bottom of the map. Yeah, that's an issue. They are getting everything here, aren't they? Yeah, there's the channel from Whoopi in just a second. And yes, this is game, everybody. There's no way to save this one anymore. 4 shots fired over here. The 3 pumpkins at the bottom. And the boss is taken too. Well done. Great start into all of this. So now we have Chili Mountain locking in the victory in game number 1. Once that Whoopi finishes the channel against Team RageQuit. Awesome play. Great first game. Can't wait for map number 2. The lead for the blue team as they take the victory on Towers of Doom. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. The lead for Chili Mountain. They took the win on Towers of Doom, and now we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Good series. Obviously, Chili Mountain, they want to bring the thunder today. They lost the last Grand Final against them. we're probably not too happy. Now, I mean, again, there's two aspects to it. First of all, they want to make sure that they get the points so they can qualify for Meta Madness. So that's the first thing that they're trying to do here. But also, what they're attempting to do is to redeem themselves a little bit and just show Team RageQuit who's boss here. Now, the 10 heroes that you've seen on the last map are not allowed to be played anymore. With the 10 pre-banned heroes, that of course means that now we have 20 heroes that are not available as we're heading into the draft. You add the 6 heroes that get banned during the draft, and that limits the hit point pool, the hero pool, quite significantly for all of this. Okay, so Uther, he gets eliminated, and we get a ban on Urel. Nobody wants to go up against Wooby's Space Goat. And, well, that's it. Alright, what else are we gonna get? I'm also interested what the damage dealers are gonna be this time. On the last map, it was a really different approach, and now that we're on Tomb of the Spider Queen, considering the heroes that are pre-banned, Wave Clear is obviously gonna play a huge role. It's a little bit sad, and Nazeebo is one of the pre-banned heroes, because I could totally see him played here on Tomb. But there's Garrosh, very early on already. And they did really well with Garrosh when they played him. Not only in this tournament, but also in the last. So there's that. And of course now the question is, again, are they willing to drop a Zarya into the mix, yes or no? Supports become also interesting. It's not too many banned yet. I mean, again, 3 pre-banned, 2 played in the last map. But yeah, very early lock into Ana for that reason. Uther has been banned out. Limits the pool a bit, but there's still plenty to be had here. Chromie together with it. And off we go. What do they pair with Garrosh? And do they already lock in a support for themselves here? Every single time they hesitate this much, I don't really know if they're just debating what they want to do, or if instead it's just like they know what they want to pick, they have it selected, and they're just running out the time to discuss other stuff. So Leo comes in and we get Tychus. Yep, Tychus now on Tomb. We got Leo for the bot lane. He can go into the rotation. So there's that. In comes the Zarya ban. Yep, as mentioned, I could have totally seen Zarya picked, and I think Chili Mountain heavily agrees. So they looked at the setup and they said just nope. That ain't happening. 4-man with the Zarya and Garrosh in the mix, a speed bubble up on her. That is not happening. So instead, let's ban her out, just to be on the safe side so that they don't last pick it or anything. They could target the side lane even further, but they go for the main tank ban. Anubara gets banned out now. Yeah, what leaves it? I mean, we have still Diablo up, right? So Diablo is up for pickings. You could definitely take him. Mei wasn't played yet either. Wait, was Mei played on the last map? Oh, it sometimes is honestly like horrendous. Like sometimes you just sit there and these things just blend into each other. So it's absolutely crazy. Anyways, Rexa. He's the one that gets picked. So now we get Misha and Rexa. That's a stun that they already have. ETC. Power slide of ETC. Oh boy, that reminds me. Actually, the last time that they played against each other, Wooby played ETC. And I'm not quite sure if you guys remember it, but the last fight, Wooby with that big mistake on ETC that might have been the one thing that cost them the game. That was crazy. So now he's going for ETC again. But yeah, that situation was just nuts. Did not think it would end that way. Anyways, now this is different best of 3. Here comes the birdie, and we also get a Rega. So Falstad, Entomb, Falstad isolation attempts. Drop the Entomb, Mighty Gust, isolate the Entomb target, and then try and go and kill it as quickly as you can. So yeah. Yeah. And obviously we didn't have Mei in the last game. It's a different series. No, Mei is still up. But what is Rutsu going to take? He needs another damage dealer. And if we have one thing in the game, it's damage dealers. Mephisto! He was played time and time again in the Chinese tournament. The Chinese-Korean tournament, Mephisto was fucking everywhere. And now they have him here in the game too. On the European side, it's only Make that plays him. But it seems like Bang is now going to take over for now. Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Map number 2 in the best of 3 here at the Grand Final of Qualifier number 3. It honestly makes me happy to see Maka on Mephisto. I've been talking a lot about this when we had the Korean and the Chinese teams play Mephisto over and over again, that it was just, I want to say 1.5 years ago or so, that Maka started to play Mephisto quite regularly on Volskaya, on Infernal Shrines, and he's pretty much the only European player that has played him consistently, but he brought him into the meta, and now the Asian teams are emulating that too. So that was pretty awesome. But, well, we got Maka on Mephisto, we got Bang on ETC, so they switched the front line up. Wubio and Rexa on the side lane, Smexy on Anna, and Azerite on Chromie. On the right side of the map, might try on Tigers for Team RageQuit as they are trying to force game number 3. We got Limo on Falstad, Down for Life on Leo, Shizakid on Garrosh, and Rega played by Archimagus. Spray games are on point, and on level 1 we get the Furious Spark. Now, the Korean and the Chinese teams have mainly focused on playing a Skull Missile build, but occasionally, especially on Volskaya, they went into the lightning thingy, the Lightning Nova as well. But again, they prefer to play it with the Skull Missile build on most other maps, including Tomb of the Spider Queen in most cases. But it was pretty cool to see how much they were focusing on playing Mephisto. Very different meta, of course, when you compare the European. I mean, there's even differences in big ones when you compare the European and North American meta. But once that you're going over to China and Korea, the differences are most of the time even exaggerated. So, yeah. 7 stacks on the Gathering Storm as Falstad is trying to get the hits in there. We got the block party on Stitches, ATC as the level 1. No playtime for Stitches. He had enough playtime in game number 1. Everybody only gets a little bit of playtime in Meta Madness. And here we go. Next one gets locked in. Now guys, we are in the Grand Final, and especially for the people watching this on YouTube, I want to point something out again, as we are still seeing teams just go for camps. Entire event here sponsored by Hightech, so if you guys haven't checked them out yet, make sure that you click the link in the video. As pointed out in previous videos, you don't have to go on a shopping spree in their shop, but they're obviously tracking where people come from. So when they see that you guys come from the Heroes of the Storm community and from the stream or the channel, then that is pretty good for us, since we've been now running multiple Meta Madness events with them, and I would love to do more with them in the future. So it would be pretty amazing if you could take the time, click the link, just browse through the shop a little bit, have a look there. If you're in the market for something, of course, check it out. But just simply going there and visiting them is already worth a lot, and just shows that there's a certain amount of interest and interaction with the Heroes of the Storm community. And we don't have a lot of companies, honestly, that are willing to invest into Heroes of the Storm events. So again, if you guys are just watching that there, check out the description and just click through that. 3 seconds for you, and it really helps. Now, as we are on level 4, we have a bit of a mix here also for Tigers. He goes for the bigger they are, of course. At the same time, with the self-sustain of the hammer gains, we have the birdie taking to the bot lane. Now, Falstad on this map is going to be interesting. I really feel that the main reason why they picked him is for this combo that I pointed out during the draft. Leo and Tomb, Falstad Gust, isolate the target and play it out with that. But of course, you also get a bit of global action going for yourself, and can really use him in these situations to disengage, try to maybe even position yourself behind them, force them into a fight. So we'll see how they're going to play this one out. We've seen a couple of changes now also with the level 4 talent. Neil Peasants isn't mandatory anymore. Most players still pick it, but in this case we get more slows with the paralyzing rage. And of course now, we still have the turn-ins to worry about. Both of the teams are sitting at a similar amount of gems, and they are working towards the first turn-in, the first Web Weaver wave. So it should be pretty fun. Should be pretty interesting to see who's taking it. Game number 1 was an endless back and forth, but eventually Chili Mountain took a lead that was big enough so that they could pull further ahead and snowball the late game a bit. But now we are on a very, very different map. And here we go. 30 stacks already acquired for the birdie. Falstad looking good so far. Not a single kill yet. Nana's already attempting to prep it. It's so annoying to try and turn in against this lineup. When you have Mephisto that can always interrupt you. You got Anna. She's probably the one that would like to stay away still. But especially Chromie gets super annoying here. The level 7 kicks in for both of them, but we have gems now delivered by the blue team, and especially... Oh, Chromie! Anna with a save! The Smex Master! Oh yeah, baby! One hit after another. Smexy, he is just hitting those hits, isn't he? And that's a kill on Shizakid. It has to be. It just has to be, and he goes down. Misha gets eliminated too. We see ETC survive, falls dead. I guess he's gonna get away here, but it's definitely a close call for him too. So the first blood in the game, Chili Mountain, they lock the kill in, and now they have the opportunity to get the turn in. Yeah, they should be easily able to pull this one through now. 43 gems. Who has the final 7? I guess Make? Yeah, he's sitting at 9 gems. And Leo's gonna be too late to interrupt him. He sees it, he has 40 himself. And that's of course a real problem. If you're a side laner, especially if it's Leoric, and he has 40 gems, yeah, this could be a problem real quickly. If he dies and they lose those gems, that would be such a lead for the blue team. Would be terrifying, honestly. So, well, for now, we got the first Web Weaver wave coming in. 13,000 damage from the bird and 12,000 from the Chromester. Yeah, Chromie, they're starting to push. They're going for the bot lane again. Keep that Leo in mind. It's something to definitely pay some attention to here. Yeah, Leo of half HP. If there's a gank coming his way, he might be in trouble. But for now, they only have to deal with Misha and Rexa, so there's at least something. But here in the middle, good defense thus far. Nice pew pew, but it's always Garrosh that you got to be careful of. If he is getting the flip in, then you might be in trouble. Now they're defending well. They're defending really well, at least up to this point. Only a few walls have been scratched. No real damage on those forts yet. Rhaegar's a bit low though. Need to be careful that he doesn't die, or they're gonna have some real trouble stopping the following onslaught. Without the support, it's gonna be a pain to keep everyone alive, considering the amount of poke that we're seeing from Chili Mountain. So you gotta keep Rhaegar in the back and safe. Yeah, another hit against Timo here. But still, Chromie is also in trouble. She gets away. Look at this, ETC. ETC mid-flip. But here's the fight. Leo tries to make it out. Do we get another grenade? Yes, but it's already too late. ETC is still alive. The Durance of Hate now for Mephisto. And the level 10 abilities kick in for both teams. Another turn in. Wooby is delivering all the gems that he has. 16,000. Always important to get rid of the side laner gems. Level 10 versus level 10. We get the mosh pit. On top of that, we still wait for Rhaegar. He's teasing the Bloodlust. And there's the kill attempt against Wooby, and he's going down. Wooby goes down, and as I said, he turned in, and that was the most important part. Getting rid of those 16 gems was insanely important, especially now that you see what can happen if he gets ganked. So that could have been 16 gems gone. It's not too crazy, but again, 16 is a fair amount. That's an easy turn-in. Yeah, that's an easy turn-in. There we go. ETC needs to slide out, most likely. Yeah, he slides away, but the red web weavers are now on the way. And that's a bit of a moment of truth setup now, because Team RageQuit, they have defended well, and Chili Mountain hasn't done as much damage as they probably expected to. Instead, we're now getting this particular combo with even a push supported by Odin through the middle. And that shit's dangerous. So can the blue team stop that? Or are they going to be the first ones to lose a fort in this game? That's the next one. So, off we go. Nice poke from Chromie. Jesus, it's like the slowing sands are insane sometimes. Slowing sands, real nice setup. Here comes another gust, but ETC, he still dies. Yes, they're able to come in with a kill. 2 kills to 1 now. Team RageQuit, they're definitely raging through the middle now. And they're already moving towards the top. And look at Shizakid's position. He is making sure that nobody can come through the gap without him knowing about it. Smexy sees it, is even double checking this. But they will have a huge problem moving topside, and that results likely in the fort being destroyed. Extremely well zoned. And that is the first fort of the game that just fell. Well played. Team RageQuit. They rotated quickly through the middle. Garrosh started zoning the shortcut. And that is the first fort down. And the lead in experience for Team RageQuit. They want to bring this to game number 3. They're not satisfied with winning one best-of-3 series against Chili Mountain. They want to drop them again in the grand final here. And of course that means they have to win 2 in a row now. 84 gems in their hands. 51 for Chili Mountain. Both teams can get the turn in. There's the fight attempt though. Yeah, Garrosh low, but they go for Azerite, and that's a dead Chromie. ETC is also dead, made them dance, went for the party, but that's a double kill. And they're chasing down the rest too. Look at Marke. Marke is in trouble. Marke is dead. And they lost a ton of gems. They lost around 40 gems now. Roughly 40 gems have been annihilated. And that's 3 kills. 5-1 in total. And Red Web Weavers are gonna come down to crush them even further. Grind them into the ground. And of course, now that you're looking at the bot lane, it's only Falster that we're talking about here. So this is looking better and better by the minute for Team RageQuit. And looking at an insane advantage now. I mean, think about it. Not only do they already take down the bottom fort, nobody's even contesting this. In the mid lane, we have a heavy aggression against the fight. Oh, no. Just as it looked like they're going to murder it from here now. They lose Rhaegar and they lose Garrosh. Not like this. Still incredible damage. Don't get me wrong. All of the forts are going to be removed here. But this double kill definitely put a dent into the plans of Team RageQuit. All the aggression that they wanted to bring is now shut down. They still managed to take 2 forts out, which is great. But that helped Chili Mountain to maybe even regain a bit of a foothold on the second map. They have 40 gems on Whoopi alone, so we're talking about a second turn in for them too. Still behind in experience, but given the circumstances, that double kill was probably the best way to bring them back here. So, yeah, that was exactly what they needed. Now the question is, of course, can they bridge to level 16? Because that is the next big one on the list. And if you want to turn in, then you need to do it right now, or you might as well just wait the entire thing out. But either way, it's not going to be very easy. So yeah, here's the turn in, but level 16 should be ready by the time, so it seems that they're okay going up against the talent advantage on the side of Team RageQuit. The damage output at this point for Tychus is at 33,000. Mephisto is a little bit farther ahead here. I honestly wonder if Marco watched some of those games. Again, the ones in the Korean-Chinese tournament. And maybe adjusted his build around this. Wow. Wow. That he survives is just a meme. Garrosh alive. Granted, the cooldown had to be used, but that is just insanity. Garrosh is still alive. And the defense in the middle is looking strong. It seems that Chili Mountain just needs more kills if they really want to get something done here. They're doing damage at the top, but even that particular Web Weaver is not gonna have too much success. Maybe they take the fort down. That's the best that they can hope for. But they already lost 3. So yeah, this one is gonna fall. 1 fort is finally eliminated on the red team side, but they're still far behind. And level 16 is now gonna be very close, so at least they will be able to battle. But yeah, they need another big team fight victory. Static field is in. And the gem count, I mean, both are close to a third turn, don't get me wrong. Blue team doesn't have enough yet, but they will be there soon. Oh, really? Wow. Committing to Odin even in that situation? Damn, son. Alright. Now Misha is down, but they're zoning them away with Odin. I didn't think that they would commit to the R. There's the slide, the birdie, and he's dead. Leo tried his best to somehow zone them away from him. That didn't work. The bird is dead. And I don't know, Chili Mountain just brings it back, don't they? Chili Mountain is bringing it back. 1 kill at a time. Now the top side turn-in has happened. 22 gems have been delivered by Tychus. We have still 41 taken in from from Marcus' team. He has 8 gems right now. And they definitely have enough to make the turn-in happen. But Rexa is now pushing the bot lane. Escorting another wave in. Whoopi turns in 6, I suppose. Yes, they're still looking at the middle. It's a weird one. That initial push with the second Web Weaver wave was just crazy good for Team RageQuit. They got 2 forts out of that, and if they wouldn't have lost those 2 heroes, if Chili Mountain would have been able to kill those 2, I think they might have gotten more. They might have been able to open one of the walls up and get some damage on the keep. Given a kill or 2, they might have even been able to drop the whole thing. But now it is just anyone's game. The blue team is getting another Web Weaver wave, which means that they have an opportunity to take more of these forts down. And they should also try to go for fights. I mean, they're attempting to chase the doggy down. That didn't work. Whoopi is up at the top, but the rest of them is murdering that fort in the middle. That thing doesn't stand a chance. So the anchoring from Bang at the side And that is eventually also going to force these two down. Yeah, Fawcett is flying. Fawcett is flying because they know that there's a chance that they're getting ganked up on from above. So instead of risking that, he's flying out, and Leo could have ghosted away if someone moves in. But they leave the Web Weavers now in the middle and instead rotate towards the top. Chili Mountain is still behind in experience. Now with all the Web Weavers that they got so far, they are still behind in experience, and I'm coming back to that point, but they need to fight and win another team fight. And it seems like they are attempting to bait them at the boss. Now, some people might look at this and don't understand what's going on here, but the problem is the level 20 talent. Red team is playing real passive right now. They don't want to engage in battles, so they have to force this, because if not, then Team RageQuit is going to get level 20 and then will go for boss. So this is the best thing that they can do. Either they get the boss or they get the team fight and can try to win it. But either way, they have to make some moves, because if they don't, then that level 20 is going to give such a huge advantage to Team RageQuit that they can play around that easily. So now the boss gets taken. Team RageQuit doesn't want to fight without the level 20 if they can avoid to do so. So they give up the boss, they don't push in. And now they're playing with the Web Weavers. Even if Team RageQuit moved in and won the battle and then snowballed it, people love to call it a throw, but honestly it's the only real play that the blue team can make. And now they're trying to make a play here. There's the slide, there's the flip. Do we see the party? Yep, it's party time, baby! Tychus got out and Garrosh got dead. Don't tell me he survives. Of course he does. Of course, it's Garrosh after all. Feign death. Nicely done. Here's the Ancestral. They need the win. And they take down Rhaegar. But Garrosh dies too. Rexa dies. Garrosh is still alive. He might die, but instead it's Chromie and Anna that go down. And Mephisto. And that's probably game. Down at the bottom of the map, just look at this. The bell tower, the fort is about to get destroyed. The keep at the top lane, this one is still in play. And now moving towards the top, I think they're realizing that this one is getting annihilated. And with 40 seconds, even with only 4 heroes on the map, this just looks like an easy win in game number 2 for Team RageQuit. Told you, these guys, they want the victory in the grand final. They are not going to be happy with just qualifying. They are looking for another big win in the qualifiers, for another victory over Chili Mountain, and they lock in the W on Tomb of Spider Queen and take down Chili Mountain, force them into the 3rd map of the best of 3 series, everybody. GG, and well played. Infernal Shrines, game number 3. Here we are. We're going into the final map of the series, which means that now 30 heroes are banned. 30 heroes are not available any longer. 10 are eliminated because they are banned for the entire tournament. 10 have been played in game number 2, 10 have been played in game number 1, and that makes 30 in total. So, party time. We are currently looking at our 3rd and final map in this grand final. Again, it's obviously just a qualifier, so it's a warm-up for the main event, which starts next week. But it's still pretty cool that Chili Mountain has to go to the 3rd map in the first place. Team RageQuit won the last time the two teams met against each other, which incidentally was also a grand final match. It was the 2nd qualifier, but it's awesome that they are still fighting back like this. Now, there's a little bit of sad news on the other hand. Apparently, Marke had to leave right after the last game ended. Now, it sounded to me like that was something spontaneous, so more of an emergency thing than anything else. Maybe he just ran late, I'm not quite sure. But they have a sub now playing for him, so Max Passion instead is going to play the last and final game. Rumor has it that now that Mephisto is not allowed to be played anymore, Marke decided that it's not worth it going into game number 3, if there's not even an option for him playing the hero. But yeah. Cassie has a first pick as we're heading into Infernal Shrines. And now you got to be a little bit careful. A lot of the AoE that you normally would take here is gone. Some of the heroes that are not gone, Greymane could be taken. A good Greymane on Infernal Shrines, maybe with another small killer comp. Yeah, Anubara gets picked. And Gul'dan. Alright, we're already starting strong. I like it. We're starting strong with this one. Anubarak and Gul'dan as we are heading into our little game here. Me likey. Yeah, that is already a cool amount of... I mean, what did we saw the other day? We saw RNG from Gul'dan. They actually went into the reign of RNG. Now, I don't think that this is going to happen here. But it's still pretty cool that they lock him in this quickly and just say, okay, this is ours. Before Kalthas, by the way, there's another thing. Kalthas, nah. Gul'dan. Now, Tyrande and Yrel, Smexia has already showcased Tyrande a few times, but I'm still surprised that he doesn't go for, let's say, Alexstrasza again, given that he had such an insane play the other day when they played on this map. His dive behind the opponent's keep to lock in a kill was pretty awesome. Now, in comes also Diablo as another ban. They're trying to take the front line down a bit. Whoopi on Yrel on the other hand. Ooh, baby. I mean, are you serious? The Whoopster on the Space Goat? GG, go next. Nah, it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. He's just crazy. But then again, Yrel is not a hero that you just can ban the entire time. That's not how it works. Oh, I haven't seen that in a while. Someone apparently didn't know what they can still ban or not. Okay, so... Or it's just a statement of strength. You know, they come in and they say like, ha, ban heroes? Are you kidding me? As if we do have to ban heroes against you guys. It's... So yeah, no ban from our blue team, Chili Mountain. Okay. And let's have at it. Malthael and Deckard Cain. It's not a bad comp. Deckard Cain is great on Infernal Shrines. A lot of control, a lot of CC that he can bring to the table. And on top of that, we now get Malthael for even more AoE control and potential finishing moves with Last Rites. So, yeah, that's not too bad either. Okay, that leaves us with the last two picks for the blue team. Again, game number 3, the Grand Final. Whichever team wins here gets 10 points. The loser gets 7. And both of them are fighting for a position in the top 4 of the leaderboard to qualify for the main event for Meta Madness. And there's quite a few teams that really are trying to push in there. Flipping Mafia lost in the first round today, which is insane, by the way. So they are currently not in the top 4. And there's only one qualifier left after this one. So for the Mafia... things are getting real dicey. Chen and Zeratul. Ah, love it. Rutsu Zeratul, count me in. And the front line with Yrel and Chen as Zul gets locked in on Infernal by Team RageQuit. Guys, it's awesome. It's game number 3 and things are already looking great here. The series is tied. We're going to decide everything here on the third map. The grand final between Team RageQuit and Chili Mountain. Let's go. Chili Mountain on the left side with Azerite on Cassia. We got Whoopi on Yrel, one of his strongest heroes and one of the heroes that he is definitely known for. Yrel and Dehaka are definitely the two that he shines on the most, I would say. But he's obviously a beast no matter what you give him. Smexi on Tyrande, Max Passion on Chen, and we got Bang on Zeratul. On the right side of the map, Team RageQuit with Shizakid on Anubarak, My Triangle Dan, Agimagos on Deckard Cain, Limu Lima on Zul, and down for life on Malthael. Okay, party time. It's a drain build. Chaotic energy on our boy Gul'dan. Yeah, besides that, no surprises. I mean, even that is more or less, I don't want to say like the standard these days, but oftentimes you still see him go for a drain build. It's not the first time that that has been played, and it can be real powerful. We are going to see how far he goes with it. But here is already the dive out. Our little skirmish in the middle is over. Malthael has taken to the top early on, so Team RageQuit had only 4 in that mid-fight, that mid-lane battle. And by now, we got our rotation going. The thing about Zul on this map is that he has so much wave clear and so much presence on lanes once that he starts to slice and dice and take those minions down, that he can easily push 2 lanes back. No problem for him whatsoever. So if you have one of those objectives spawn on the top or the bottom, he can be the one to just move from one lane to another and really start wrecking those structures, move through a few lanes and start pushing the forts themselves. So the wave clear is not easily matched, and of course with this many heroes pre-banned now, you're looking at a setup that is a bit tricky to judge, because you always are looking normally at wave clear heroes that you have in every single game. You think about your Valla, you might consider a Johanna, and now all of these are banned out, so you really have to weigh your options a little bit and think, hey, what does now all of a sudden shine? Is there a hero in the pool that gets now really strong because the natural predator is gone. I mean, a lot of the heroes that are very strong in the backline are not being played simply because you have very mobile assassins, and with mobility creep and everything, they can easily be taken down. But once those guys are banned and gone, maybe that becomes an option again. Maybe at some point we're going to see Khaldor, we're going to see a Kel'Thuzad, heroes that just suffer from low HP and don't have the mobility to get away from a Genji, from a Zeratul. So once that these heroes are gone in a series, that might become interesting. And the same principle, of course, applies when you're thinking about wave clear and just out-drafting your opponent, more or less. Now the shielding potion is in on level 4. We still got Tyrande coming in with one owl after another. She's of course in a very similar boat. Tyrande oftentimes gets counter-picked by very mobile heroes, and we've seen now multiple teams try and make her work. Some with success, some got slaughtered, but generally it still applies that she is struggling with survivability once that opponents get onto her. And here it's a bit, yeah, it's not going to be all that easy. Too many heroes are already banned and are not going to be a problem. But now we got 9 stacks towards the level 1 quest on Zeratul's side. And with more and more drain coming together, we got the health funnel in. We also got the chaotic energy. Objective is activating in the middle. And Mitra is already in a bit of trouble with his hit point pool, but he's still able to get the drain out as the Panda jumps in. Fat Illidan is making a move in the middle and is immediately resorting to the bottle again. That guy has issues. Yeah, so Zeratul is at the bot lane. Zul can move in. Topside Urel still protecting the lane and trying to escort it through, but now has to join the party as everybody is making a play for Punisher number 1. Zeratul is also lingering around, even though he's still sitting on lane. They're looking for level 7. That's always the talent you're aiming for when you're fighting for the first objective. Try to get that lead in talents over your opponent. And that's exactly what's happening here. So slowly but steadily making a move for it. Level 7 kicks in for Chile Mountain. A little bit sooner than for the opponent's team, but they had 33 stacks. 33 against 10. Oh, someone got interrupted on the jump. They still try to make the play for Mitra. He's immediately draining, and they get the Punisher, and they're looking at a great spot, unless they are losing heroes, and it's Gul'dan that dies. Counter kill would be worth a lot to them now, and they're trying to get it on Malthael. Malthael is still alive, and Uberang dives away, and the aspect of death turns into the aspect of dead. He gets deaded real quickly, and that's a kill. That's the second kill. Chili Mountain with 2-0 on the kill count. But of course the problem for them is that right now they still need to deal with the Punisher. As a bit of damage done, they're not losing the fort here, but they are now ahead by half a level. So lost the objective, won the fight. Good for them. Couple of extra stacks coming together for Cassia, of course, too. That counts as well. With level 7, we have the Curse of Exhaustion for Gul'dan. I would be exhausted too if I'm just draining all the time. He looks drained to me. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. I think this is way more funny than it should be. So yeah. Anyways. So, our drain build Gul'dan is looking exhausted, and we have at the bot lane another camp that the teams can go for. It's of course the neutral one again. Still half a level ahead. That level 10 is looking juicy for Chili Mountain. I always love it when a team just has a small window where they can make a play. That was a great kill on the rotation. Malthael trying to be a bit too aggressive in that move towards the top. If he had taken a safe path, he would have probably survived here. But hindsight is also always 20/20, so he simply didn't have the info at that point. Now that they have the heroic abilities, they might get the kill here as well. They block him. Nice! They block his path. The body blocking is in. They get the kill. And now they're looking for even more. What a play once again by Chili Mountain. They're just capitalizing on these small advantages and getting farther ahead. Another kill as Deckard Kane dies. The wall is open. And just as I'm talking about these small gaps in experience when a team pulls ahead and gets an early level 10, how they can sometimes make very aggressive plays and just take opponents down. By the way, I just had flashbacks. When I saw Max Passion come in and start to go for the bottle here, I was about to say like, oh, he's draining the ammunition. And I was like, wait a second. Ammunition? You guys still remember that? Oh yeah. Those were the days. Those were the days where you still had ammunition to drain. Oh, that didn't work out for them. The old man with the Giza move telling stories again and boring everybody to death, just as we have Gul'dan with the Horrify. They still try to go for a kill on Whoopi, but they can't get it. Instead, it's a Nubarak that dies. Everybody is low. Malthael is dead too. Are you kidding me? Oh, God. 8 kills to 0. Somehow nobody on the blue team side died. Smexy is going monster mode as he's keeping all of the chickens alive. And that's a 2-level lead now. Wow. That was nuts. That nobody died on the blue team. Holy hell. Crazy shit. And of course, that's going to translate into a level 13 talent. They're going to have level 13 for their top push. Team RageQuit must be super upset about this. Put yourself in their shoes for just a second. You had multiple heroes on the blue team so low that it just felt they're going to die any second. And, well, it didn't. So now they lost multiple heroes. They didn't get a counter kill. The gap got widened. And that leads to a talent advantage for Chili Mountain. And they could attempt to snowball this now. Oh, Gul'dan gets crushed here too. Yeah, Whoopi on Urel is just a monster. And then you have Rutsu with his Zeratul. He's known for his Zeratul plays. And he's done some fantastic job in this game already. Now it of course gets worse and worse as all of this continues, since the momentum is definitely in the hands of Chili Mountain. They go for the wall. They're about to take this down. At the bottom of the map, Zul gets attacked. Rutsu still fine, saving their fort. Zul of course attempting to counter push this a bit, but now without the talent, it's just so difficult to hold that top lane. They're already going for the fountain. They're going to try to put some damage onto the fort itself, and in the meantime, Whoopi is going for the objective. He's going to get them that Punisher. Zeratul is still up against 2, or was until a second ago. Now Malthael is rotating up. He doesn't have last rights. He went Tormented Souls. Here comes Azarai. They try to get the kill. The old man telling again another tale. Stay a while and get wrecked. But there's nobody there to get wrecked. They're trying to catch them on the way back out, and they might be able to get at least 1 kill. It seems like they can finally drop Smexy, but of course not. He still survives. Now Maitri is in trouble. Tyrande has finally fallen, killed by Malthael. Malthael was able to get at least 1. The blue team is low, and the red team... Oh, there's another one. Yeah, that's the second one. Can they maybe bring this back? 37 stacks, and they're just now taking control of the position. They were willing to engage into a fight without a level 13 talent, and then they made it work. Not bad. 38 to 13. And look at Whoopi. He's getting attacked. They put him in the corner. That's the stun. He gets his ult as Max Passion is moving in to ensure that they can at least get the objective. The Arcane Punisher is taken. The Panda, is he going to die for this? Most likely not. He still has the top keg players available, and he's going for them. Just kegging them out a bit. And it's like, yep, see ya, boys. So he's out. But still, nicely done. So with that, we have our fight continuing. A little bit of zoning from those Arcane Sentries too, by the way. And another Horrify after Deckard Cain set it up. Whoopi is alive and ready to brawl as Malthael goes down. They are ready to rumble over here. Yeah, Maitri, he's low. They want him. Gul'dan gets attacked. Whoopi preps the kill, and they lock it in. Nubarak is dead too, as they push this even further. Zul still at the bottom of the map, but now we're talking about more than a 2-level lead. In comes the push at the top lane. The fort is gone. The Punisher with a lot of HP. Max Passion jumps over, provides some vision. They're opening the gate up. 2 heroes down. And Nubarak dead for 10. Gul'dan for another 8. Cooldowns are nowhere to be seen. At the bottom of the map, Limu is just going for the full-on side lane play. They give up the keep. They sacrifice it. They know without 16 they don't have a chance here. It's another kill against Malthael. Malthael is just dead at this point. And with Nubarak dying, guys, if they kill more, they might just say, fuck it, we go. They might YOLO it. They might YOLO it here. I don't think they can, but they might try. And now that they're getting even more kills, they might just be able to pull it off after all. 11 minutes in. Whoopi with 70 HP. They go for the core. Are you shitting me? They take the series. They win the 3rd qualifier. Chili Mountain with a big snowball, turning it into an avalanche on Infernal Shrines as they drop Team RageQuit. GG.